before the match, when I was looking on YouTube, I saw, on Jim Cornette's little the thumbnail for his video. It's an animated RVD. I love it. They're always funny. Those are so catching. The animated.
They're like Hanna-Barbera kind of vibe, aren't they?
But the style changes every time depending on that's maybe different artists or just a really talented one. But anyway, but I saw this guy. I said, oh God, let's see what he says about kind of, and mostly his complaints were that he thinks the surprise was ruined. This was before my match.
Okay.
This is in between the coming up, and he was saying he thought Jerry Lynn gave away too much. That was mostly what he was going to, but then even he had to add, okay, when RVD came out, he looked like he was maybe stiff as a possum's pecker on prom night in Poughkeepsie, and it's like, dude, if you got worked by the fact that I kept my eyes on my opponent in the ring the whole time that I walked out and took a right and then a left, and I looked at him like the entire time. And if you got worked by that into thinking that he's as stiff as a beaver's boner in Battle Creek on a whatever, Jim Cornette, you can eat a dick. And if he feels different now and he says that, then that's all good. And by the way, everybody, you still have a chance to come back. Mm-hmm. All right. This isn't, asking Jesus for forgiveness. And then that moment when you die, he says it's too late, right? Boom. Right. Even Jesus says, hey, you can cross the line. For me, of course, if fans want to throw me some respect or whatever, but I haven't been on Twitter because of just the toxicity of the trolls. And if you really believed in them as much as they want you to believe in them, they can bring you down. I mean, every kid at school knows what it's like to get bullied, and if everybody in your class when you're in fourth grade, everyone tells you that you're ugly, you're going to believe that you're ugly. Yeah. That's how you judge. And so the power of the word, which by the way is one of the fourth agreements, is to be conscious of how strong the power of your word is. It can go a long way, but for me, even if it's like, I know I have the insight. Maybe you didn't think that my chalk line RVD tank top was that flattering. Eat a dick. Like I give a fuck, right? Like I've ever cared that my abs don't show and I have a really thick, hard gut. Like I've always had that. And then fans, he's chubby. Come on, man. I've never been chubby. Right. Even when I was in TNA Impact, that's when some fans started saying, well, he is getting a little bit chubby. No, I have pictures, and I'm going to show some pictures of just this week. I could do it from 2010, but I take pictures every once in a while. Like I'm in the mirror and I'm like, hey, I'm going to keep track. It's part of documenting whatever, workouts, gains. Anyway, so I had the tank top on, and people are saying, oh my God, dude, how could you show up out of shape, this and that? Since I already know that I'm in fucking great shape, the best shape, how am I going to look at their comments other than idiot, right. Idiot? It's just, I lose my faith in people. That's really the damage it does to me. And I just start thinking like people are so toxic, and the whole Twitter society and social media and the existence of non-accountability, because it doesn't matter what the fuck you say, just get another burner account. You got 0 followers anyway. And the whole thing is just like, it lowers my expectations, which I try not to have anyway, but it lowers my feeling of just what standard people are. And it's almost depressing to think because I know what that kind of thinking does, you know. And I'm not just saying thinking RVD isn't the whole effing show is horrible thinking, but I'm just saying like overall, like this collective information and studying that I do from everybody's thoughts from purposely trolling, where they really just want to bring somebody down because their happiness hurts them somehow.
Right.
Lowest form of person there is. That is so that's gross, you know, and maybe even have a reason, you know. That's like vindictive people, you know, like hey, whatever, dude. I remember one time having a talk with a friend of mine that's vindictive, and we were talking about how my evil ex ended up marrying the handyman in my house, you know, that put the fucking changed my toilet out to have my awesome Japanese bidet in there and do all this work and shit. And my friend said, dude, I would I'd put in some bad reviews on Yelp on that guy. Really? That's what your brain tells you? Oh my god.
Oh, that's what it goes to. You know what? Get them back at Yelp.
Right. Yeah. Any way you can make them suffer, you can get pleasure out of it. You know, these people put bartenders, but I drop some people's drinks that are rude to them because they want to. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, my point that I wanted to make is, I mean, everything is subjective anyway. The one other thing that Corny said, and I know he's not going to bury me. I know he respects me, so I'm not, you know, talking shit. I'm just saying, eat a dick if you feel like it's appropriate at this time to eat a dick. If you feel like you were perfectly right and that proved you're right, then, you know, we'll just leave the dick on the table. But but what he said was, I don't even have a problem with Jungle Boy versus RVD as long as I keep it short. And keep it short, I guess he's saying, as opposed to a normal match, because this isn't a normal match. It's a match with a guy that's in his 50s. I'm assuming he's saying that's what makes it not worthy of a regular time limit. So that's what I wonder from Corny, is if he feels the same way about that.
Yeah, well,
but I wonder enough to lose sleep over it. But while we're talking about it, and while a lot of people are listening, that's meant for a lot of people, you know, as far as like what they were wondering and how they feel now and all that, you know, because I mean, come on, obviously I made a lot of people eat shit. And then, you know, I'm sure when I get on social media or when I get on Twitter, I'm sure there'll be those that just doubled down, you know. What? He was out of shape, man. You're crazy. He couldn't even fucking move.
Well, I will say, from what I saw on social media and stuff like that, the majority of what I saw, I don't think I saw anything negative at all.
Majority of people love RVD. I know that.
Mm-hmm.